Everyone. My name is Brian Johnson, and I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I'm currently finishing up my master's in management degree at Southern Methodist University, and I'm incredibly excited to be transitioning into the next phase of my professional journey. Over the past few months, I've had the privilege of participating in the Masters in Action program, which is a cornerstone experiential learning component of the Masters in Management curriculum at SMU. As part of this program, I was honored to serve as a team lead on a consulting project for a company named TrueNet Communications. It was an experience that proved to be both deeply enriching and professionally informative. Back in December, our whole entire cohort had the opportunity to meet with the leaders from each of the companies that would be participating within this MAP program. And during these initial conversations, the team represented by TrueNet had a real world business problem that was challenging and centered around enhancing the brand recognition and lead generation efforts through innovative marketing methodologies. Their challenge was timely and important, and particularly given the highly technical nature of the industry in which they operate. For some context, TrueNet Communications is a network infrastructure services provider, and it specializes in design, construction, and maintenance of control systems. Their work supports a range of sectors, including the telecommunications, utilities, and transportations industries. So, as someone who didn't previously have any exposure to this space, I found it quite fascinating to explore the intersection of marketing strategy and telecommunications infrastructure. It was a field that was foundational and it had so much of our connected world, but often people overlook it as behind the scenes. So our team consisted of four MSM candidates, including myself, where I had the privilege of leading the group through this 10-week engagement. From the outset, we approached the project with the goal of not just delivering recommendations, but building a strategy that was both actionable and tailored to the unique needs of TrueNet's business model. So we conducted in-depth research across four main ideas. First, with competitive marketing analysis, we examined the marketing approaches of TrueNet's top competitors to identify any common trends or best practices that could inform customer acquisition strategies. And this helped us better understand where TrueNet could differentiate itself and then add value to their own individual messaging. We next focused in on the LinkedIn and professional network optimization. Given that TrueNet operates in a B2B environment, we emphasize the importance of strengthening their digital presence, particularly on their LinkedIn and then the careers tab section on their website. And this was a means of generating qualifying leads and position themselves as leaders within this space. We then looked at the internal communication strategy. Since TrueNet had been acquired by Fujitsu within recent years, we saw an opportunity to improve the overall employee engagement, especially with it being a high remote work from home company. We crafted a communications plan that emphasized the company's overall vision, its legacy, and then the strategic goals that they would need moving forward. And this was key in reinforcing the alignment and culture internally. The last key research idea that we went over was the digital marketing and overall brand visibility. And we conducted an audit of TrueNet's social medias and web presence and identified any gaps within content strategy and also content consistency. Also, we looked at the user engagement and site's usability. And our final recommendations included a roadmap for improving audience interaction and elevating their overall brand narrative online. And what truly made this experience stand out was the level of access and engagement we had with senior leadership. We held bi-weekly meetings with TrueNet's CEO, which was something that as a graduate student was an incredible opportunity. These meetings provided value and insight into the expectations, the decision-making process, and leadership styles at the executive level, and it helped fine-tune our deliverables accordingly. This project allowed me personally to put into practice many of the skills that I developed throughout my undergraduate and graduate studies, along with my previous internships. And these things ranged from market research and strategic thinking to stakeholder communication and overall project management. It also significantly strengthened my leadership capabilities, and I was responsible for coordinating the timelines, aligning team efforts, and ensuring that our final presentation and report met the standards of a real-world consulting environment. Looking back at the Masters in Action program, It was a very defining component of my graduate experience here at SMU, and it bridged the gap between the classroom and the corporate world and gave me the confidence to take on the challenges that come with real world experience. Now, I'm grateful for the learning, the mentorship, and the opportunity that was given to us to contribute to a $100 million revenue organization. And it was a plan that they have, through the feedback, told us that will be actionable and implemented in the future. So I want to thank you for allowing me to share my experience. And I'm looking forward to applying these insights as I begin the next chapter of my life.